Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Versatility Podcast. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So, it's been a week since I last recorded an episode, but I still haven't uploaded that episode last week, so it's in the making. I just downloaded it and it's filing. It's uploading on YouTube, so I should be able to release it this weekend. And I also released this episode Saturday, Sunday, Monday, this weekend, long weekend for me. Don't gotta work Monday. Hooray. Thank the Lord. But we got sports to talk about. We have some music news to talk about. Yeah, we have the Grammys in there and all that stuff. So yeah, a bunch of things that's happened the last 3 weeks. So lots to catch up here. Got my notes here. I got my phone charging, so I'm kind of hunched over looking at my phone here, but we got everything in play here. We got my script here. And of course, let's start with soccer. A lot to talk about with soccer. I'm gonna briefly show you guys scores from like the last couple weeks because that's old news already at this point. But let's get to it. Let's go to ESPN here real quick. And let's just share. Let's share what we got here. I think I'm gonna allow my screen. I'm gonna have my little tab here so I can see myself and the screen on the other side of the thing. So we're gonna go back to all the way to January 16th. Damn, that was already a month ago. Yeah, it's been a little too long. But hey, progress from last year because I did 2 episodes the last month. I've done 2 episodes this month already, so 4 episodes in for the year. That's definitely a way better start than last year. So there's progress there. I want to upload more, but this was actually supposed to be recorded last week, but I was caught up on that whole Epstein files things, and that was the last episode that I wanted to talk about. I had a lot to vent. I had a lot of frustrating stuff to talk. A lot of very very emotional side of me coming out that episode, but you'll see that later this weekend. This is a more calmer episode. We're back to talking about stuff that doesn't boil my blood. But anyways, let's go back to all the way to Friday, January 16th, where the last time I talked about sports. And well, you can see here, these were the games. Am I really going to say all the games? No, because a lot of these I'd never even watched. Shout out to PSG. They won that day 3-0. Dembele scored 2 goals. Barcola, aka my brother calls him Bloxicola, scored a goal in that game, 3-0. And my brother's in the background, as you can see him here. So he will be joined here again for this episode. And all of this. January 17th, that Saturday, we had, thank you for reminding me, Man City losing to Man United 2-0. Well, glad that's in the past. Chelsea winning, Liverpool tying, Tottenham losing to West Ham United, Real Madrid winning that day 2-0 against Levante. That was a really weird game, but we were able to win that. We beat one of the worst teams in La Liga. Borussia Dortmund won. Bayern Munich destroyed Leipzig 5-1. Harry Kane scored in the 67th minute. Ta, Gnary, Olise, Pavlovic, and other guys have scored in that game. Inter Milan's won. Actually, you know what? Let me not do this by like daily, because if I do, then it's gonna take like 7 hours. You know what? Let's just kind of. I'm not gonna. You know what, guys? Change of plans. Let's make this a little bit quicker than what it's actually supposed to be. Because I'm not gonna yap about soccer for 5 hours. Let's take a look at. Let's start with American soccer, I guess, because it still hasn't started. The regular season still hasn't started, but Inter Miami has played a couple of friendly games. They went on tour in South America, so they played a couple games in South America here. As you can see, they lost their first game to who is this team? Alianza Lima. So they lost to a Peruvian team in that game. This is their first club friendly opener game. They lost Didn't watch that game, but damn, 3-0, that's crazy. And then they go to Colombia to take on Atlético Nacional. They were able to get the win there, 2-1. It was the hardest thing to watch the freaking game. I had to watch it on YouTube through some random stream. Thank God it wasn't taken down until the end of the game. And then this game, they went up against Barcelona, not Barcelona from Spain, but Barcelona from, I believe, where does it say? Where are they? Where Ecuador. They're second in the they haven't even the season hasn't even started yet. Barcelona SC. They drew with them 2-2. Messi scored a goal in that game, but wasn't enough to get the win. And then they have a game. Their opening game for MLS is next week, actually. They were going to have another game, I believe, this weekend, but they canceled it due to Messi getting hurt, which is crazy. They actually canceled a friendly game because Messi got hurt. So it's like, yeah, no Messi, no game. That's actually kind of crazy. That's how much Messi is. That's the power that Messi has. It's like he doesn't play. Oh, fuck the game in itself. They actually do play Thursday, February 26th, after their opening game against LAFC on next Saturday, February 21st. And then the MLS season starts next week, all through March, April, and the playoffs all the way in November. It starts in November? Damn, don't the playoffs start like October? Like late October? They're still going to be playing the regular season ball heading into November. Damn, bro, that point the World Series will be over and they still won't even be in the playoffs? Jeez, man, they have a long ass schedule, long ass calendar to play. But that's Inter Miami. MLS season hasn't started. The defending champions, can they go back to back? Can they win it again this season coming up? Let's take a look at PSG right now. They're 16-3-3. And that's beautiful and all until today, because they lost to Rennes. 3-1. Yikes. I saw a little bit of the second half of the game. I saw Dembele score a goal, and then I saw the other two dudes score a goal after. Yeah. What the hell happened today, PSG? I have no idea. But the game before, they whooped up on Marseille, and then they won against Strasbourg. They're doing pretty good in the Champions League in League One. They're right now in first in the League One, but obviously now losing to Lens, or not Lens, excuse me, losing to Stade Rennes, who's right now in fifth place. But they're 17 points behind PSG. It's a little concerning, and especially since Lens, with one more win, they're able to overtake PSG in the standings. Right? They haven't played yet. They play tomorrow against Paris FC at 3:05. This is. Wait a minute. Are those the America? Whoa, these jerseys are kind of sick. This is the America, right? The Mexican team, Club America. Yo, those jerseys are kind of fire, bruh. Hits out racist abuse comments signing video. Oh boy, people are. Oh boy, I'm sorry. Sorry what this is. I mean that's unfortunate what this dude is going through. But these jerseys are hard as fuck. Oh my god, take a look at these jerseys. It's kind of hard. I don't know. I don't even watch Mexican soccer, but this is hard as hell. I like it. Whatever. But Lens, they're second in League One. So let's see how things catch up. Monaco's in 7th, Lyon in 3rd, Marseille in 4, Nice at 5, Lille, Nice at 14, Paris FC, the younger brother of PSG, at 15. A lot to talk about. Fuck it. Let's go to that was Premier League 1. Now let's go to Serie A. Let's check out Inter Milan right now, who is first in the Italian Serie A league. And let's take a look at the results here. They won 5-0 on Sunday against Sassuolo. Domination. They beat Torino. They beat Cremonese. They've been dominating in the Italian Serie A. They've dominated in the Coppa Italia, and they're doing pretty good right now in the Champions League. They lost to Arsenal, but hey, who doesn't lose to Arsenal? Arsenal has been one of the best teams, one of the best clubs in all of Europe this season. They're tightening it up. They're tightening it up to win the Champions League, the Premier League. But hey, Man City is right up there, right in their tails. So we'll see what happens there for the Premier League race. But Arsenal right now still has been one of the better teams, and Inter Milan, I would say, has been like a top 5, top 6 team so far this year. I mean, take a look at the table in the Serie A league. They're right now number 1, 19, 1-4, and then AC Milan at 15, 8-1. Napoli at number 3, Juventus at number 4, tied with Roma at number 5. A lot of action going on here, but Inter Milan still seems to be the team to beat. AC Milan's not too far behind, led by Luka Modric, is still playing out there at 40 years old. Still aiming for a Serie A league trophy this season. Now let's take a look at the Bundesliga. Take a look at the Bundesliga real quick, the table. We got Bayern Munich at number 1 right now, 17 wins, 3 draws, 1 loss. Borussia Dortmund on their tail, 3 points behind Bayern, 15 wins, 6 draws. And actually, let me connect my mouse, because it's a little annoying having this thing on my this thing itching on my palm, just destroying my palm. Let me just there we go. So yeah, so Bayern Munich doing pretty good right now. Take a look at some of the results. They won on Wednesday against Leipzig 2-0. They've beaten Hoffenheim. They've been dominating. They have been dominating. They had a draw against Hamburg the 31st, and then they actually lost to Augsburg the 24th. So that was, I believe, their first loss in the Bundesliga this season. But Bayern Munich has still been one of the better teams in all of Europe. Not much to say there. They have a game tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning against Bremen. And they play back-to-back Saturdays. So every Saturday they have a game. This is going to be a fun game to watch. Borussia Bayern, February 28th, 12:30 on ESPN Deportes or ESPN Plus. That should be litty, motherfucking titty. So that's going to be lit to watch. Let's go to La Liga. And we talk about the greatest soccer team in the world. This motherfucker has the audacity to say not true. I actually just go here and press on all the things. Where is Spanish Liga, La Liga? Okay. So this is the standings right now. Barcelona is currently at the top. 19 wins, 1 draw, 3 losses, 58 points. And then Real Madrid, the best team, actually. 18 wins, 3 draws, and 2 losses at 57 points. We are 1 point behind Barcelona. And we will talk about Barcelona in a minute because, oh my God. Atletico Madrid, 13, 6-4 in 3rd place with 45 points. Bro, they have as many points as Villarreal. Villarreal was a disaster in the Champions League group stage, but they've been really good in La Liga. And Atletico Madrid, they are such a good team when they want to be, because yesterday was a amazing masterclass performance by Atletico Madrid. Let's talk about it. So let's go to Barcelona's results and let's just take a look at it. So as you can see, all of December, win. Perfect month of December. Okay, let's take a look at January. They got a win against Espanyol. They whooped Athletic Club. They beat Real Madrid 3-2 in the Supercopa. That's unfortunate. They beat Santander. Ooh, wait a minute. January 18th, they lost to Real Sociedad. Oh, yes. I remember that one. I was loving it. And it could have been worse. Real Sociedad was really giving them a run for their money. That goalie was on one in that game. Then they beat Prague. Then they beat Oviedo. Then they beat another Denmark team. Then they beat Elche. And then they beat Albacete, which is every Real Madrid's nightmare. So thank you, Barcelona. Thank you for doing that for us. Barcelona also took care of business at Mallorca. So then yesterday, watching the game, we're like, okay, well, let's see what Atletico can do against Barcelona. And wow, will I say that they whooped that ass? I mean, they whooped that ass 4-0 in the first half, with the first goal being an own goal by their own goalie, Eric Garcia or John Garcia. Disasterful. Or no, excuse me, Joan Garcia. My fault. Is the goalie's name. Eric Garcia being the other bum involved. He eventually did get a red card later in the game, and he was obviously sent out. Yeah, so the goalie had the ball, and it just went right past through his leg, like he was about to kick it away, and bruh, you just here. You can see it right here in the replay. I'm not gonna put it full screen, so I don't get like clips of it taken down or anything. But yeah, man, he had the ball right there on his heel, and he was about to kick it away, and then nothing. And then here comes 13th minute, Atletico in the 14th minute scores another goal. This was Griezmann with a nice little touch with his left leg, puts it in. And then we got Lookman. No, seriously, Lookman gets the goal, makes it 3-0. 3-0, as the British say. 3-0. And then we got Julian Alvarez, who's been struggling. Hasn't been scoring as much goals as Atletico has been hoping. He was able to knock one through in stoppage time with nice little touch there. That was un golazazo. And then they go in the second half. This little play here where Barcelona thinks they get a goal, but then it took them like 7 or 8 minutes to review, and then it was all for nothing. And they just couldn't get the goal because one of the players was offside. I think it was Lewandowski who was offside. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyways, Barcelona, take your freaking L. I'm glad that I can watch this and, support them. Because they got destroyed. And Atletico Madrid, they beat us, but then we beat them the last time. So I'm less mad at Atletico Madrid. And honestly, they're a really good team when they actually feel like it. They're a really good team. They're not a bum team. So losing to them shouldn't feel bad. Now getting humiliated by them is one thing too. This was pretty rough. This was a perfect performance for Atletico. Again, they didn't do much in the second half. Why would they? They're up 4-0. And Barcelona's defense looked chopped as hell. It looked terrible. And Lamine Yamal, another big game, another missed opportunity to make something happen. Rafinha didn't play. Marcus Rashford didn't play. So, their defense slowed down a bit for sure. But 4-0 in the first half. I mean, lucky that they slowed down the second half. They took their foot off the gas a bit. But yikes, man. 4-0. Hey, I'm not complaining. You don't see Barcelona lose these type of games or get humiliated like this. This is their worst loss in years. This is definitely their biggest loss in years. They don't lose games like this. Now, this is the semifinals for the Spanish Copa del Rey, but this is the first game, so they will go back home to El Camp Nou to play against Atletico once again. When do they play again? Fixtures, they play them on March 3rd. So Tuesday, March 3rd, they play in Barcelona. This is to advance to the final. So if they're able to overcome a 4-0 deficit, which I don't think that's going to happen. If they're able to overcome that deficit, well then, we will see them in the Copa del Rey championship game. But it looks like Atletico will definitely take this and have full control, because that's going to be rough. They have a game on Monday against Girona. See how that goes. It should be a bounce back game for Barcelona, but that was a bad loss for Barcelona. That was rough. That was fucking terrible. Now let's look at Real Madrid with, what the hell are you doing? Let's look at the actual best team in all of Spain. Why do you have these freaking stickers here from Target on my thing? I mean, you're taking that away. So let's kind of go back to the month of January and recap how awful it was for Madrid fans. But it's okay. We're in February. We have a game tomorrow, so let's just get ready for that. But nice to let's just recap real quick the month of January. Got a win against Real Betis, nice. We beat Atletico Madrid, nice. Then we lose to Barcelona. All right, that was rough. And then we lose to Albacete. I already ranted about that on the last time I talked about it. Already ranted about that game. Then we bounced back. We beat Levante. Then we whooped up on Monaco. That was a beautiful game. Then we beat Villarreal 2-0. And then we got to go back to the Benfica game, which I did not get to talk about. Frustrating game. That was rough. I did crash out. We were already losing that game. It was 3-2, and the stoppage time was already like past 9 minutes or something. It was like 10 minutes of stoppage time, and Benfica needed one goal to make it to the top 24 for the knockout stage in the Champions League. They needed one more goal because they were literally 25th. They had to go 24th so they could make it to the next round and not get eliminated in the group stage. Last minute, they send in their goalie with the rest of the team to try to score a goal, and you guessed it, the Benfica goalie scored the fourth goal of the game, and the goal that literally sent them to the next round of the Champions League, to the knockout stage, to the knockout playoffs. And yeah, I mean, as if it wasn't enough that we already would have lost that game 3-2 if it wasn't for that goal, just the fact that we gave them hope and that we were just like, oh, nice, we already were going to lose this game, but now let's just give you guys the opportunity to move on to the next stage. Like, what is this? This is embarrassing. It was frustrating. It was horrible. Courtois had a horrible game, even though it could have been worse than 4-2. It could have been like 8 or 9 goals scored in that game. Easy. Defense was absolute butter cheeks, as it was pretty much the whole season. And going back to last season as well. This month of January was rough. Yes, we did get a bunch of decent wins. The best win was definitely against Atletico Madrid, even though it was a close one. And even against the game against Monaco, yes, it was 6-1. It was very good, but we definitely slowed down the second half, and we needed to pick up the pace. So after that Benfica loss, which was horrible, we still make it to the knockout playoff stage, but we were in the top 5. Us losing that game dropped us to number 9. So we didn't automatically qualify for the next. We didn't qualify for the top 8. So we have to fight. We're basically in the wild card of the playoffs. You know, the knockout stage right now, it's like the wild card stage or like the play-in tournament. You know, before getting the 8th seed or the 7th seed, like we need to win. So we can move on to the next stage of the Champions Leagues. And you may be wondering, who do we have to play? Oh, you guessed it. The same team that beat us the last time. So beautiful. We, as the 9th seed, have to go up against the number 24 seed because we were the first team out of the top 8, and they're the last team to make it to the group stage, past the group stage. So yeah, we have to play Benfica again for 2 games so we can move on to the next round of the Champions League. Now, the first game is on Tuesday, this Tuesday, at 3 p.m. in Portugal. So we'll see how that goes. And then the following Wednesday, the 25th, we will be back at the Bernabeu to hopefully wrap things up and we win that hoe. So yeah, 4 games left for this month. We have a game tomorrow at 3 against Real Sociedad at the Bernabeu. What's our chances looking like right now? We should win this game for sure. But yeah, this is rough. We've scored 49 total goals, allowed 18, 31 goal differential, 37 assists, but a lot of those were penalties, and some of them kind of bad timing. We were able to get some of those goals, but I mean, look, let's see how tomorrow we play. It got to be better than that. And then the Benfica game, should be a lot better. Let's take a look at the Champions League. Let's see how it's gonna look like for this next week. So this were the final results or the table. Excuse me. Let me look at the table. Go back. For the Champions League. The Can I not see like the standings? Okay, whatever. The scores. So this is the first game, the playoff games that we have. So we have Benfica, Real Madrid, we have Galatasaray versus Juventus, Monaco versus PSG, Borussia Dortmund, Atalanta, and then the other four games we have Korabag versus Newcastle, Inter Milan versus Bodo, which is the same team that beat Man City in the Champions League, Club Brugge, Atletico Madrid, and Bayern Leverkusen. So we got 8 teams to make it left to the round of 16. And then from there on, aggregate. And then, we keep going, fight to the finish, to the finale, all the way late May, I believe. Late May is the championship for the Champions League. Got to keep on going. We have 8 more teams to qualify. For the round of 16, 8 teams have already made it. The top 10, the top 8 teams are. Let me just show you guys real quick. Why does it keep taking me back? Bro, I want to see the standings. Arsenal is one of those teams that moved on already. Can I not see the damn thing? Why can I not see the standings? I want to see the damn standings, bruh. Why can I not see the damn standings, you hoe? Okay, there we go. Champions League. Oh, in the Champions League, as you can see, Arsenal, Bayern Munich, Liverpool, Tottenham, Barcelona, Chelsea, Sporting, Portugal, and Man City that get an automatic bye. They're already moved on to the round of 16. So they're waiting. They're waiting for their opponents. And of course, Real Madrid, Inter Milan, PSG, Newcastle, Juventus, Atletico Madrid, Atalanta, Bayern, Leverkusen, Borussia, Olympiacos, Brugge, and all these other teams from 20 to 24. 8 of those teams will make it to the next round to make the round of 16, and then the fight will continue. So 24 teams right now that can win the Champions League. Out of 36, of course, all from 25 to 36 are all eliminated. Napoli getting 30, that was pretty disappointing. Is that speed on my TV? That was speed on my TV. Anyways, Napoli, man, they disappointed. They were doing pretty good in the Serie A. Now in the Champions League, they kind of just fell through. Same with Villarreal, bro. Damn, they couldn't even win a game. They're like 4th in La Liga right now, and they couldn't get a win. They were 0-1-7. Yikes. That's rough. But that's what the Champions League is looking like. We have games Tuesday and Wednesday, so next Friday I'll talk about those games, and then the following week we have more games to wrap up the knockout stage, and we'll be done with the playoffs, and then we'll move on to the round of 16. Now let's look at the Premier League. I believe that's one of the last leagues to talk about for soccer. Arsenal right now is still at number 1, 17 wins, 6 draws, 3 losses, 57 points. But then Man City is right there at second place, 16 wins, 5 draws, and 3 losses, 53 points. Aston Villa at number 3. Man United is coming in close at 45. Chelsea at 44. Liverpool at 42. Brentford at 40 points. Tottenham is ass at 29 points. The Wolverhampton Hampton Booty Cheeks at number 9. At number 20 with 9 points, excuse me. Man United doing pretty good, playing pretty good as of late, but unfortunately, with some high standards that they were getting pre-pressured to, they were unable to get the job done. So, there's this content creator on TikTok that did this challenge for himself where he won't cut his hair until Man United won 5 straight games in a row. And, well, to start the streak, they beat Man City all the way back in January 17th. They beat Man City. Okay, off to a good start. Then they beat Arsenal. They beat the top 2 teams in the Premier League to start the win streak. You're like, okay, you know what? this is nice. Damn, they beat Man City and Arsenal back-to-back weeks. Okay. Then they beat Fulham. Then they beat Tottenham. Okay, they just need one more win, right? They drew against West Ham United 1-1 on Tuesday. And let me go back to the table and see, where does West Ham United fall? They are in 18th place, 6 wins, 6 draws, 14 losses at 24 points. So they drew against the 18th best team in the Premier League. Wow, they were all the way at number 4. And you already taken down the top 2 teams in the win streak. Only Man United fumbled the bag just at the finish line, man. Very unfortunate. I mean, they're still having a really good season. Last year they were really fucking bad. They were terrible. So this year they have been playing a lot better. But damn, they got a little too excited. They won 4 straight games and they're like, okay, we got this. We can just get the and we fall short. So by default, the streak is over. But technically, it was a draw. So can we still count? No, because they have to win 5 straight games. They can't. They don't consider a draw. Whatever. Okay, sure, fine. All right. Well, I guess he's not cutting his hair. I don't know. And also, why would he? That's literally just getting him more attention. Like the more games they lose and the more that they don't, like once they win 5 straight games, what is it? Like no one will care anymore about him. Like, oh, he cuts his hair. Okay, that's it. Your spotlight is over. Like, so honestly, better for him that just this keeps on going, so people can stay like, oh, they won 3 straight games, man. Yo, only 2 more, and you can cut your hair. And we'll be here for 7 years waiting for when they win 5 straight games. They have Everton, they have Crystal Palace, Newcastle, Aston Villa, and Bournemouth. They could win the next 4 games. Will they? Probably not. I think they'll win like 3 out of their next 5, probably, but that's just my opinion. I don't know ball, I guess. And they don't play this week because this is the FA Cup that they're playing this week. Sorry. Let's go back to Man City, and then we'll go back to the FA Cup. So Man City, the best team in England right now. I don't care about Arsenal. I don't care. This is what they're looking like right now. They played a lot of games in January. They had 3 draws against Sunderland, Chelsea, and Brighton. Then they whooped up on Exeter City 10-1, belt to ass. They beat Newcastle. Then they lost to Man United. Then they lost to Bodo and Glimp. Rough. But then they beat Wolverhampton, Galatasaray. Then they had a draw against Tottenham. Then they beat Newcastle again in the Carabao Cup. So now they move on, I believe, to the semifinals, I think. And then they had a big win on last Sunday against Liverpool. What a game. That was a really good ending. They were down 1-0. A late goal from Liverpool, and then boom. They had I think a Cherki goal, and then Haaland scored a penalty kick to give them a 2-1 lead. And yeah, and there was a bunch of drama. Then the game couldn't end because they were reviewing something, and it was all a disaster. But eventually, it didn't count because. And how was Team Giannis losing? Like, are they really down by 6 points? Whatever. We'll talk about that in a bit. And then they won on Wednesday 3-0 against Fulham. That was our last game. Next game is tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. against Salford City. Ladies and gentlemen, this might be an 8-0 victory tomorrow for Man City. So prepare yourselves. They play the next 3 Saturdays consecutively against Newcastle, Leeds, and Sanford. Then they have their for the championship. I think this is for the championship, the Carabao Cup against Arsenal. So March 22nd, that's going to be interesting. They play Arsenal again April 18th. So they have to play Arsenal 2 more times before the season ends. So those are going to be big games. Who's going to be the top dog in England? Is it going to be Arsenal? Is it going to be Man City? Who knows? That's going to be interesting. Man City just has to keep their foot on the gas. They're a really good team. They're a really good team. Haaland needs to, get it together. He was slumping for a bit, but there's some playmakers there. Cherokee is a dog. Rager is a dog. Marmouche can make some plays. And some other guys. They're pretty good. Oh, and Semenyo, man, Semenyo, hey, he just got here like a month ago. I think his first game was that 10-1 win against Exeter. Hey, he's hooping right now. He's been playing better than Holland so far. So hey, as long as he keeps hooping and ball and getting them goals, getting them assists, and playing some good defense. Oh, that's Semenyo, dude. He's balling out. And I didn't even know who he was 2 months ago. So, you know, keep cooking for us. Keep cooking for us. Now let's go back to the FA Cup and see how that's going right now. Back to the FA Cup. So the schedule right now, there was a couple games for today. Chelsea won against Hull City for nothing. Wrexham beat Sandwich Town. I don't even know how to say that. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. So we have games tomorrow. Valentine's Day. Man City playing against Salford City. Leicester City versus Southampton. Aston Villa versus Newcastle. Liverpool versus Brighton. And all these other games here. Sunday we have Leeds going against Birmingham City. Grimstown. We're basically having teams in the second tier or in another English tier versus Premier League teams. Arsenal's going against Wigman Athletic. That's going to be 17-0 win right there. Macclesfield FC versus Brentford. We got FA Cup games. Instead of Premier League games, we got FA Cup this weekend. So make sure to tune in to ESPN Plus to watch all these games, like I will, because I have no life and that all the sports is just oxygen to me. But anyways, I covered all of the major. Oh, I think we're just missing. I talk English, soccer. My aunt is here. Give me 1 second. Oh, I'll be back. Oh.
I'm making my first level. Yo, what's up, man? Está gonna be at first. Maybe. Access to one website or like one frame of the level. One frame of the level, chat. That's it. No more looking at my level. It is red. And I'm also trying to, after this, I'm going to release another level. Not leak the name yet. Shut up. Shut up. Fan builder shit. Yeah, so why not? Well, Well, Jackson.
This pill and never take the. Never mind. Anyways, I'm back. I have to get my shit together. I know. But we're done talking about soccer, are we? We're done. We're done. We're done. No, we're not. We're all done. So Al Nasir, Al Nassar. I don't know. I used to be much stronger. They're right now third in the Saudi League, but there's a little issue going on with Ronaldo and the team. Apparently, Ronaldo is frustrated with the lack of signings or moves with the roster, that the team is not trying to get better, or they're just not signing enough players, or kind of not putting in the effort to make the team better. So he's just he sat out the last 2 or 3 games just because he's fucking mad with the team. But it looks like he will be back with the team tomorrow and play. So happy Valentine's Day. You know, he maybe he found love with the team on Valentine's Day. Is it fake? Is it real? I don't know. Will he leave this team? Who knows? I already saw rumors that he's coming to Miami and he's going to play with Messi. Now, let's fucking relax. I don't think that's going to happen, even though if that actually happens, we might not lose a game this season. And I don't care that they're both like 70 years old. They're not going to lose a game.
What the hell?
They're not going to lose a game. But anyways, the rest of the team, Al Nassr, off to a pretty good month of December. They have lost December. Oh my God, we're in February, bro. We're in February, dog. They won 3 games this month. Granted, without Ronaldo, but they started off the year rough. They had 3 straight losses. They lost to Al Hilal, Al Qadsiya, and Al Hilal. Which they're the best team in all of the Saudi Arabia. They might be the best Asian team in all of Asia. They might just be the best Asian club. They might. And they recently just got Karim Benzema, the Frenchman, the former Ballon d'Or winner for Real Madrid. I mean, one of Ronaldo's best teammates. Yes, he is now with the best team in Saudi Arabia. So I might have to tune in to watch some Al Hilal games more often. But they did go, after losing 3 straight games, they did go on a 4-game win streak to end the month of January. They're on a 7-game winning streak. They haven't lost a game since that Al Hilal game all the way January 12th. So let's keep it coming. They have a game tomorrow at what time? 12:30 against Al Fateh. Al Fatih. Yeah, all the teams start with Al something. Oh, besides Neom SC. That's like the only one. And that logo is like, it looks like the World Baseball Classic. What is this logo? I'm very intrigued. What is this logo? This is it looks like a carpet. I don't like carpets with different colors. I don't know. Like what is this? This is little, I don't know, like different like carpets and I don't know. But they have a game tomorrow, Wednesday, next Saturday. So they have 5 games for the rest of the month of February. So we'll see how they ended off. Colombian soccer, breaking news. This is history, ladies and gentlemen. I never talked about Junior is your daddy. On the podcast, Atletico Junior, the team based off of Barranquilla, Colombia. I'm here to talk about them. They are currently 7th in the Primera A league. They lost yesterday while I fell asleep. They were tied 1-1. Then they lost to this team who has literally the Italian flag on their logo, and they lost to Once Caldas. Then they whooped up on Boyacá Chico. Then they also beat Pereira, but then actually, they've been on a win streak until yesterday. They've won 3 straight games. They beat Millonarios, which I didn't even know. But Falcao plays for Millonarios right now, doesn't he? He does. I found out the other day because he scored a goal the other day, and I was like, wait, Falcao plays for I didn't even know Falcao was still playing soccer, and he's playing there in Colombia. So I didn't even know. Ramadel Falcao, 40 years old, still playing soccer for the Millionaires. Wow. Shout out to Falcao, but you know what I mean? But they're 16th right now, so yikes. But right now we're in 7th. The best team right now is Internacional de Bogotá. They're 4 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss, 13 points. They're tied with Deportivo Pasto. Same thing with 13 wins. Bucaramanga, 10 points. Once Caldas, 10. Atlético Nacional at 9. Junior and Tolima also at 9. Also, Llaneros at number 8. And then a bunch of Cali teams, 10 and 11. Soccer, guys. Soccer. How much have we been recording already? Let me just make sure. How much? 56 minutes. Wow. I need to get it together. Enough of soccer yaps. Let's move on to the next. No! They lost. Slam. They lost 3-1.
Does it look like I?
They lost, bro. Damn, they're not. They didn't make it to states. Come pinga. Damn, I feels bad. Breaking news, if you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, the team, the school that I work at, the boys soccer team, they had a regional final game today. This was to make it to the states, to make it to states and to make it to the semifinals so they can win the state championship. And they lost today to downtown Doral 3-1. Damn, and the game was not too far from where I live, but
Wasn't it?
it's like by my Miela's old house, like my grandma's old house. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. We lost 3-1. Damn, I didn't get to see the game. I wanted to see the game like on the streaming and shit, but nah, man, we lost. Fuck, that sucks, dude. Damn it. Damn it, that sucks balls. I had the hat on and shit to rep and everything. Damn, man, that fucking sucks. I feel bad for them. I mean, whatever, man. You win some, you lose some. You know, that's just how it is, ladies and gentlemen. That is just how it goes. But that is soccer, ladies and gentlemen. Colombia. I don't have M&Ms. What do you mean? Oh, the ice cream sandwiches. You big back? Go ahead. You have one, yeah. Enough of the soccer yapperonis. I wanted to throw that out there as well because I wanted to see how they were doing in that game, but well, they lost, man. That sucks, dude. Okay, so that's that for soccer, right? Matchday Champions League, we're done there. Real Madrid meltdown again. Yes, I already talked about that. The meltdown was already there. That is all of the soccer stuff. Okay, now let's move on to basketball. Okay, let's move on to basketball. Let's move on to college men's bracketology. Let's look at the updated bracketology. Updated as of today, 9 in the morning. Let's look at the teams that would make it to March Madness, ladies and gentlemen. So right now, the top overall seed would be Arizona. The last team in would be Mizzou. And the first team out would be TCU. So looking at the bracket right now, we got this would be the bracket. Michigan, Villanova, St. Mary's, App State, the 16th seed right now, 18-9. We got Injit and Morgan State. So Injit at 14-12 as a 16th seed right now. And then Morgan State Bears at 10-13. 10-13, and they're in the bracket. Wow. A losing record, and they still can make it to motherfucking to the dance. That's crazy. Gonzaga, Portland State, Alabama's in there, Louisville's in there, Florida's in there against Winthrop. Interesting. The Eagles, 19-8, not bad at all. Miami, Ohio, falling out, undefeated, 24-0. They're still as an 11 seed because obviously they play in the MAC conference. They don't play in a really competitive conference compared to others. You know, the SEC, ACC, and all that, Big Ten. So tougher time for them to make it higher in the rankings. Playing very, very good right now. Harvard would make it as a 15 seed. UCLA would make it. Purdue, Georgia, St. Louis, I think is the Bilkins. That's their name. Okay, 23-1, balling out. 23-1, playing really, really good. UConn would play against Boston, or no, not Boston. The Wildcats, Bethune Cookman, 13-1, or the Tigers, 17-8. Yeah, right now they're hooping right now. Sorry, hold on. I just have this shit here. Sorry, I had something there. Like, what the fuck? I felt like something bit me, bro. What the hell? Anyways, yeah, a bunch of shit here to look at over here. Virginia would make it Liberty, Texas Tech, Hawaii, Belmont, Vanderbilt, St. John's, Auburn, Indiana, Long Island. Duke would make it, of course. North Carolina is in right now. Texas, Kansas, Austin Peay, Utah State, Miami would go up against Utah State right now. Looking delicious after coming off a big win against North Carolina on Tuesday night. Oof. Let's fucking go with the Hurricanes. Let's keep it pushing, keep it running. Let's see how many more games we'll got. Well, I'll show you guys. I'll talk about Miami in a second. Houston, 22-2. Merrimack, 17-9. Kentucky, UCF, Illinois, and Navy would also make it. So the last four byes, we are a part of that squad. The next four teams to make the last maker will be USC, Texas, San Diego State, and Mizzou. And then the first four teams will be TCU, Virginia Tech, Ohio State, New Mexico. And then after will be California, VCU, Oklahoma State, and Seton Hall. So right now, the SEC is taking over. 11 teams in the bracket, then the Big Ten, then the ACC, then the Big 12, the West Coast, the Big East, and then the Mountain West. You know, the SEC runs the ship, but look, the ACC gotten better. The Big Ten is still up there, so a lot of teams to, you know, look out for bracketology. Looking very delicious. Cannot wait 1 month from now where they make when we get to Selection Sunday and we get to March Madness. March Madness is one of the best tournaments in all of sports. It's just the unpredictability, making a bracket. That's just, if you're a sports fan, that is just peak being a fan of sports. I mean, that's just beautiful. That's just lovely. That's just, if you don't like college basketball for March Madness, you're just ridiculous, and I can't trust you. Anyways, Arizona is up there. They're the best team in the nation, but they're not 23-0. They actually lost a game this week. They lost to Kansas. They lost to Kansas by 4 points at Kansas on the road. They have a bounce back game maybe tomorrow against Texas Tech back at home in Arizona. So we'll see what happens there. You know, it's going to be tough. Then they have a tough schedule. They got BYU, and then they got Houston, they got Baylor, they got Kansas again, then they got Iowa State. Then they could end their season off with an easy win against Colorado. So, yeah, man, it's going to be a tough way through for this Big 12 conference. Arizona, I mean, they're the best team right now in the Big 12, best team overall in all of college ball. But, hey, I got to keep it pushing. Michigan looking really delicious right now, actually. Duke and Houston, these are my two teams right now besides Miami. They're looking delicious right now, too. Ohio's, why am I saying delicious? That's not the right way to, whatever. UConn's looking good. Nebraska, Kansas, Michigan State, North Carolina. They recently just lost to Miami, man. They've been on a roll. They won against Duke Saturday night. Crazy game, by the way. This was a fucking crazy game. This was Saturday night, 6:30. And yeah, Duke was winning this game up until late in the fourth quarter, and then boom. North Carolina, who didn't have a lead the entire game, they were able to get the win with the 3-point shot to close it out. Caleb Wilson had a great fucking game. 23 points. He balled the fuck out in this game. And, I mean, Cameron Boozer as well had a phenomenal game as well. Balling out for Duke. One have been the best. These two guys have been one of the two best players in all of college basketball, going at it. duking it out. But North Carolina with a game-winning 3-point shot to win it over Duke. Phenomenal stuff. Playing in North Carolina at home, so it's going to be a big time game when they go up against Duke again that time in Durham. So that's going to be a big one. But then they lose to Miami Tuesday night, and unfortunately, Caleb Wilson gets hurt in that game, and Miami's offense took over. The defense played good in the second half, specifically only allowing 26 points in the second half. For North Carolina was very, very impressive. This Miami team can ball. I'm not going to tell you, like, their resume looks really nice. I think they could fit really good. I think they could be a very strong team for the Sweet 16. I think Miami, if they can keep it up, they're a team that can really make some damage in March Madness, assuming that they are in the bracket still. They could do some damage in the tournament. Oh my God, is that the Hornets mascot? That scared the shit out of me. They could do some damage in March Madness. I'm not trying to jinx anything. Is that the fucking Grizzlies mascot? All these I hate that freaking Hornets mascot. It pisses me off. It pisses me off, and now it's just staring in my screen. Hornets are the ugliest thing that ever exists on planet Earth. If I see a hornet, I want to turn into fucking Super Saiyan Goku and just destroy the shit. But anyways, why am I talking about a hornet? It's because of my damn television. It distracts me. But anyways, they have a game tomorrow against NC State at 4 p.m. The hornet is in my screen again. It's pissing me off. I think I might just have to change the coverage of the game. Fuck. Please. We have 7 more games. 7 more games, 4 of them on the road, 3 more games at home. So let's see how we can finish off the rest of the season. But hey, Miami can do some damage. I could see us making it to the Sweet 16. We can make it to that Sweet 16. Get off the court! Bro! Get off the court! Dog, they're playing. Let the damn celebrities play. Why is this bitch-ass mascot in the way, man? Get out of the court. Damn. Pissing me off. The fucking mascot is he's still on the court. He's still on the court. Why is this dude still on the court? Yo, is this motherfucker actually playing? No, he's actually on the court. Dude, get out. Leave. And no one's going to say anything because he's a fucking mascot. And now they put the Grizzlies mascot. I mean, whatever, the Grizzlies mascot. No, they're actually letting the mascot just fucking, like, stay. They're not going to say anything because it's the fucking mascot. What the hell, man? What is this Celebrity All-Star game that I'm tuning into? We have the mascots coming into the game. Man, I swear to God, if this All-Star game weekend might be another disastrous one, I'm sorry, man. The NBA really needs to change things. I'll talk about that maybe in a second, but oh my God. Oh man. Back like the last 3-4 years, the All-Star game has been really booty water. So this year might be just another one. But yeah, Miami, keep it up. 19-5, we're 5th in the ACC. Let's keep it up. Let's keep on winning. Some Gomez. I'll talk more next week because there's more to talk about next week. We'll kind of big week for college basketball. More games tomorrow, obviously Saturday. So I'll kind of go more in depth with it. But I already showed you guys like the standings. Hey man, you know what I'm saying? Let's see. Duke. I'm rooting for Duke. I'm rooting for Miami. I'm rooting for Houston. In the bracket. Those are my teams. Florida too. The defending champions. Random team to vote. Miami, Ohio. I don't know. Like they're undefeated. Hey, they're looking good. I guess. That's a team to root for. UConn. Fuck UConn. I don't like UConn. The women's team can dominate. I don't want the men's team to win anymore. Michigan, Arizona. Will they win it all this year? I don't know. We'll see. NBA. We're just going to take a look at the standings. We're not going to look at the games because that's ridiculous. The Boston Celtics are good at basketball, unfortunately. They're second right now in the East. The Detroit Pistons are number 1 right now. 40 wins, 13 losses. The Detroit Pistons are balling. They're I think the best team in college. In college. Oh my God. Um, I think Detroit's the best team in the league right now. I think they're over OKC. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. 40-13. OKC has 42 wins, but they have 14 losses. Wow. San Antonio 38-16. Boston at 35-19. Then we got Denver and New York with a 35-20 record. Then we got Houston, Cleveland, the Lakers, Timberwolves, the Raptors, the Suns, the Magic, the Warriors, and everybody else. Literally mediocrity and dookie water bullshit. The Kings 12-44. Worst team in basketball. The Wizards 14-39, the second worst team in basketball, the worst team in the Eastern Conference. Yikes. The Kings are on a 14-game losing streak, and they are 3-25 on the road. Wow, they fucking suck. My Miami Heat are just so good. They're 29-27. They're just stuck in mediocrity. The Sixers at 30-24. Yeah. It's All-Star weekend, as I mentioned. The Celebrity All-Star game is going on right now. It's Team Anthony versus Team Giannis. It's tied right now at 39. I'm expecting Team Giannis to win by 75 points, but that's not happening. Taco Fall got a dunk. He should have 75,000 points. He's literally 7'6". And Jeremy Lin is playing too on the same team. So I don't know how they're now winning by 5 million points, but it is what it is. So yeah, today's obviously the celebrity game. The Grizzlies mascot is on the court again. Wow, what the hell? What an arc shot. He launched that ball in the air and it actually went in. Shams with a deep pass intercepted. Yeah. Oh, that's Keenan Allen. The bald guy with the beard. And now the Hornets mascot is in. Oh my god, bro. Oh my fucking god! Like this mascot needs to get in. This needs to get out. This needs to get out. It's pissing me off. It's really pissing me off. Anyways, after this celebrity game, they have the Rising Stars game, so we'll see that. That's gonna be on Peacock and shit. And then they have the HBCU Classic game at 11. Bruh, don't they have that games on Saturday? Why are they doing it Friday night late? Bruh, what's the HBCU game again? I think it's part of the college somewhere here, right? Let me go back to college basketball, see who's playing again. Because, bruh, what the fuck, 11 p.m.? Damn, man. Yeah, look, the Hampton versus North Carolina A&T. Bro, at 11 p.m.? Fuck. I know they're playing in LA, so it's 8 p.m. over there, but, bro, just put out the game tomorrow at, like, because I think festivities start very early tomorrow in the East Coast, so they don't want to intercept that game with the HBCU Classic. Whatever, bruh. We got this bullshit game. We got the Rising Stars game, and then we got the HBCU Classic, and then tomorrow Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to all my to viewers out there. If you're single, I feel you. No riz. Anyways, we have the dunk contest tomorrow, the 3-point contest, the skills challenge, all that shit. And then Sunday, we have the All-Star game. It's going to be a little different. So we have Team World versus Team US Team Stars and then Team Stripes. Let me go over that again because that was fucking abysmal. Wait, hold on. Show me the rosters. What are the fucking rosters for the wait, hold on. Let me stop the let's take a look at the NBA All-Star game rosters for 2026 because I forgot who's playing like on the booty cheeks and all that stuff. And there's still replacements and stuff, so there's still replacements and stuff so going on, so there's still, shit to look at. Anyways, now let's take a look back here. So for US stars, we have Scotty Barnes, Cade Cunningham, Anthony Edwards, Jalen Johnson, Devin Booker, Jalen Duren, Chet Holmgren, and Tyrese Maxson. Wait, does Jalen Duren still get to play? Because he got suspended for that altercation on Monday against Charlotte. Is he going to play Sunday? Because I don't know. They suspended him for a couple games. I don't know if he's going to play. I mean, maybe. I guess. Sure. Why not? And then the JB Bickerstaff is going to be the head coach for Team Stars, U.S. Stars. And then for U.S. Stripes, we have the big guys, the bigger guys. We have Jaylen Brown, Kevin Durant, Brandon Ingram, who is replacing Steph Curry since he will not be playing, of course. Kawhi Leonard, Jalen Brunson, De'Aaron Fox, who's going to be replacing Giannis since he's now coaching the Celebrity All-Star Game and he won't be playing on Sunday. So no Giannis, no Steph, and no Cooper Flag for the All-Star Game. That's going to suck. But we got LeBron, GOAT, James playing. Of course he's going to play. And Donovan Mitchell. So sucks that we won't get to see Steph or Cooper Flag or Giannis. But hey, I mean, Kawhi, KD, LeBron, both Jalen Bronson and Brown on the same team. Donovan Mitchell should be interesting to watch. And then Mitch Johnson, the Spurs head coach, will be the coach for the head coach team. And then Team World, this might be the team to win it, honestly, because I mean, motherfuckers is gonna be crazy. Denny Alva, I still don't know how his name. Danny Aldija, Luka, Jokic, Norman Powell, Jamal Murray, Şengün, who's going to be replacing Shea. Shea Gilgeous is also not going to be. That's another thing to mention. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is also not playing in the All-Star game. The reigning, defending Super Bowl. Oh my God, Super Bowl champion. Which I'll get to that in a minute. I have to talk about that. Yeah. Former MVP, the defending MVP and the defending I almost said it again. NBA Finals champion Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. He won't be playing. Pascal Siakam, Karl-Anthony Towns, Victor Wembanyama will be playing, and of course Giannis will be ruled out. And then Darko Jaric, the Raptors head coach, will be the head coach for Team World. I'm gonna go for Team Stripes. But Team World can definitely give Team Stripes the run for their money. I mean, Team U.S. Stars is kind of lit. They got Edwards, they got Cunningham, they got Devin Booker, and for size, they got Johnson and they got Holmgren. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Jaylen Brown and Jalen Bronson right now and have been fucking hooping. And Kawhi, hey, man, he's been hooping. The Clippers are sorry, but they're a mediocre team, but they've been actually balling right now these last couple weeks, and Kawhi has been balling the fuck out. Let's see what Kawhi does. Jokic is a threat. Of course, he's the best player in the world, and Luka is playing great, but, can't defend, so that's kind of a lack there, but still. And Victor Wembanyama is just an absolute fucking cheat code as a human being. He's not a human being, actually. He's just not actually that. He's just something different. But anyways, let's go back to ESPN and play with this around. Anyways, USA. Let's see how they go. Let's see what they do. Now let's talk about let's steamroll some of these booties. Let's go. What am I talking about? UFC events. So let's go back to UFC 324. And just talk about it real quick. Real quick. What the hell? Why is this taking forever to load? There it is. All right. Then we got UFC 324. This was all the way January 24th. This was this was the first UFC event that was streamed on Paramount Plus. The first pay-per-view event, or not pay-per-view event, excuse me, streaming event. And it was Justin Gaethje versus Paddy the Baddy. Yes, that's his nickname. Pimblett. And well, Justin Gaethje dominated Pimblett, but he was he took some big hits in that fight. He has a chin. He has a chin. I definitely went to 5 rounds. It went the full decision, but hey, he balled out. Sean O'Malley won the bantamweight title as well for the main event, the co-main event, event. Shout out to Justin Gaethje. Shout out to O'Malley. 325. Alexander Volkanovski dominated against Diego Lopez, and Hooker lost to Dennis. Mauricio Ruffy gets the lightweight title. I'm just gonna stop because I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I know anything about the UFC. I am a casual UFC watcher. But the next UFC event will be next Saturday. Um, it will be Sean Strickland versus Anthony Hernandez. Oh, I will be there to watch the next UFC fight night. Shout out to them. The Australian Open. Let's talk about it real motherfucking quick. Carlos Alcaraz, of course, he won it because he's just amazing. He beat Novak Djokovic in the final, which I was trying to watch until you know my house decided to leak. So they Alcaraz won that game in 4 sets. Lost the first set, then he won the set 2, set 3, and set 4 to get the singles title, and then for the women's title, it went to um Rabinka. Rabinka defeats Sabalenka for the women's singles and the Australian Cup, the Australian Open title. So shout out to Rybakina, and shout out to Carlos Alcaraz for winning the Australian Open. That is that. The national championship game between Miami and Indiana, that was a booty water devourer. Indiana defeats Miami 27-21. Don't want to talk about it, but we did keep it close in the second half. We played like Dookie Water in the first half. If we just would have able to do anything in the first half, get a field goal, get a touchdown, something, we would have won this game. It was a very slow start. You know, made a couple good plays. We had a rushing touchdown by Tony and a couple good plays down the second half, but then eventually Carson Beck threw the game losing interception, and then we fucking lost the game. And then now Miami had to suffer playing in the national championship, losing the national championship at home. But shout out to Indiana, perfect season. Fernando Mendoza, Heisman champion, getting the first pick in the draft, going to the Vegas Raiders most likely in April. Shout out to Mendoza. Shout out to, Indiana for winning it all. Now let's talk about Bill Belichick and the Hall of Fame, because the Hall of Famers apparently have this really stupid grudge against Bill Belichick for literally zero fucking reason. But let's just get back to it. Um, yes, AI overview making the statement saying that Bill Belichick was surprisingly not elected into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in his first year of eligibility for the class of 2026, failing to secure the required 80%, 40 out of 50 votes. Despite holding 6 Super Bowl titles as a head coach, his candidacy was likely impacted by scandals like Spygate and a competitive voting field. So, yeah, the fact that Bill Belichick was denied making it into the Hall of Fame class for this year is absolutely stupid as hell. He is essentially maybe the greatest head coach of all time in NFL history. The 6 Super Bowls speak for itself. I know that they've been through a lot of they've been through the Spygate controversy, and there have been cheating accusations and this and that, and that definitely does play a factor why they probably just were like, you know what, fuck you, Bill. But I think also Bill wasn't the friendliest guy to the media. He's just this kind of stubborn, not the nicest, didn't always give the press what they want. Maybe just reporters felt some kind of way, and they're just like, you know what, frick you, Bill. We're not, I remember when I interviewed you after losing Super Bowl 42 to the Giants, and you were mean to me, so now I'm not going to vote for you to be in the Hall of Fame. I don't know. There might be grudges and there might be pettiness involved in why he didn't get elected. I think he will at some point get elected to the Hall of Fame. I know Bill Belichick right now, he's weird as hell. His reputation's dipped down a bit. Brady won a Super Bowl after Bill Belichick, and he's thriving, and now he had a really bad season at North Carolina, coaching in college. And also his relationship with with that 25, 26-year-old girlfriend that he has. Very weird relationship dynamic that they have. A lot of stuff going on with Mr. Bill himself. But even with all that, I think, despite all that, I think that shouldn't excuse. He should still be a Hall of Famer. Like what he has the resume. He has the resume for the Hall of Fame. So I don't understand why. I don't understand why that's just not gonna make it through. Like, come on, are we fucking serious? Like, this just pettiness, booty water cheeks. It's just stupid. Just stupid as fuck. But anyways, Mexico City apparently has such an amazing crowd because Kanye West, sorry, not Kanye, Ye had two concerts there a couple weeks ago, January 30th and 31st, and did I see some videos on YouTube and on TikTok, and oh boy, did it look crazy. I didn't even know. This was a surprise to me. I didn't even know he was on tour. Again, I haven't caught up with anything Ye related, I know. So it was a complete surprise to hear about Mexico, him performing in Mexico. But man, I saw some videos of him performing Stronger and Can't Tell Me Nothing and Runaway and All the Lights, and he performed all of his fucking hits, and he was singing. He was singing. It wasn't like just the backtrack. It was the backtrack playing around like in on the in the stadium and stuff, but he was like in his typical like stage where he just has like all this open space. It's like it's just him walking around, just walking as if he just owns the entire fucking stage, but it's like a circular thing. It's not like a field or whatever. He didn't play like he played in like a dome stadium or whatever it was in Mexico, but the crowd was insane. It was wild. I was like, okay, I didn't know Mexico was like that. I didn't know that their fans really do go crazy, especially for Kanye. This isn't like a Mexican artist or whatever. This is fucking Kanye West, but it don't matter. He does numbers there. I mean, over 40,000 people attended each concert, so over 80,000 attended for those two concerts. Crazy, man. And it was giving me a little bit of hope that Kanye could still perform, can still maybe do a tour. Now, I know that's a lot to ask. Kanye is a very complicated person, and for him to do a tour would probably be the worst thing for him to do right now. But if he really wanted to, he can do it. And even though I'm still, I know that, it's hard defending this man, but if he puts on a show like that, why would I not bother get a ticket to see Kanye? I mean, come on. I'm sorry. I mean, if I were to go to a Kanye show and it's looking like that, sign me in. I'll fucking I'll sell a knee. I don't know. I'll sell my liver. I don't know. Do I need my liver? I don't think so. Whatever. It's okay. I'll do what I have to do. Have you ever heard of sarcasm, Gabriel? Have you ever heard of sarcasm? Thank you very much. Anyways, back to more hip hop related news. Somewhere, somehow, it was scheduled and is confirmed that Freddie Gibbs has decided that we will get a deluxe version of Alfredo 2 around the year 2026. He said this in a podcast, the Bootleg Kev podcast, last month. And yeah, he confirmed that we will be getting a deluxe for Alfredo 2. The album of the year for rap is getting a deluxe. Oh my goodness, this is going to be amazing. The deluxe is going to hit. As if this is already an amazing album of the year for me, for rap at least. I think this is my second best album of the year last year, besides Hurry Up Tomorrow. But Oh my God, this was. I mean, we're getting a deluxe. We're getting more songs. We didn't get a deluxe for Alfredo, so we're getting a deluxe for Alfredo too. That's beautiful. Thank you, Freddie, Mr. Baldman, Mr. Gangster Thug. I appreciate it. This is amazing. This is amazing. And not only that, The Alchemist is also dropping a collab album next week with Larry June, and they usually also make bangers together. So I will be tapping in to listen to that. Baby Keem is dropping an album next Friday, Casino. He's been gone for 5 years, and then on a random Tuesday, he's like, you know what? Here, guys, I'm dropping the album. Here's the album cover. Here's the tour dates. Here's the track list. Here's the album release date. Like, he just gave us everything one day. So this is the album cover, Casino. This is just him, like a baby picture, a younger photo of himself, with the big ass parental advisory, explicit content sticker, and then the Casino tour kicking off in April. He will be coming here in Miami, I think in May. So I'm planning to go. I want to go. I mean, I have to check the tickets, but yes, I would love to go see Baby Keem in concert. Let me just see real quick. Live Nation, fuck you. The concert dates would be April 24th. He comes to Miami Beach, the Fillmore. Oh, that's like almost an hour away from here. That's kind of far. Friday, April 24th. At least it's on a Friday, not on a random Monday or Tuesday or whatever. It's right after work and shit. So that's delicious. You know what I mean? The Casino tour, the Casino album. It's gonna be 12 tracks. Kendrick Lamar is featured on it. Obviously, Two Phone Baby Keem having his big cousin there. You know what I mean? Obviously, yeah. Baby Keem and Kendrick Lamar are cousins. No Security, Casino, Birds and the Bees. Why is this so fucking blurry? Can I not see the Birds and the Bees, Good Flirts featuring Kendrick Lamar and Momo Boyd. House Money, I Am Not a Lyricist. Sex Appeal featuring Too Short. Tubi featuring Che Ekru. Highway 95 Part 2. That's going to be good. Because Highway Part 1, the Lauryn Hill sample, ooh, that was beautiful. But it was super short. Circus Freestyle, Dramatic Girl, No Blame. 12 tracks. Baby Keem, is he going to spaz out? And we heard a little snippet of the Kendrick song because he dropped like a little 8-9 minute documentary on YouTube, and he previewed the Kendrick Lamar song. I'm not gonna lie, Kendrick kind of sounds it wasn't like engineered. It's just his raw vocals, so I don't know, but he does kind of sound that flow's interesting. I would say the least. It was a little like okay. And then Baby Keem sounds different. Like his voice, he's changing up the voices. He's like his voice, like he looks like he went through puberty already. Like he doesn't sound as childish as he did last album. It sounds like Baby Keem has matured and he doesn't sound like a baby anymore. He sounds grown. So so I'm like, oh, okay, we'll see. But Baby Keem, you're back next Monday, and also like all these guys. This year, I'm adding. By the way, I'm adding that on the list because I didn't add it on the notes originally. ASAP Rocky have dropped the album. Don't Be Dumb. Still got to react to it. J. Cole dropped The Fall Off. Bruno Mars is dropping in a couple weeks. Baby Keem is dropping next week. Blackpink is dropping in 2 weeks. Harry Styles is dropping next month. Jack Harlow is dropping March 13th, I think. So many people who just have been gone for a couple of years, they're like, you know what? Boom, I'm back, ho. And they're coming back and they're dropping albums. Jack Harlow hasn't dropped an album since 2024, right? Since Jackman 2023. It's been 3 years. He didn't, and he dropped a couple singles and stuff like that, but nothing. Monica, March 13th, album, Monica. Who the fuck is Monica, Jack? I don't know. His girlfriend? I don't know. But Monica will be dropping in 1 month from now. Again, Baby Keem, Jack Harlow, Bruno Mars, Blackpink, J. Cole, A$AP Rocky. All these people haven't dropped an album in years. Plus 2, 3, 4 years, even more. And they're dropping all in a span of the first 3 months of the year. Already off to a great start for this year. I have a lot of music to react to. I have a lot to catch up. So, that's kind of the thing. I think literally for every Friday from now till March, I can do an album party, an album listen. I think I'm gonna start. I gotta finish the second half of the Fall Off, and I gotta listen to the new Brent Faiyaz album that dropped tonight or last night. So also got to tap into that. I think once I'm done with the podcast, I'll just get straight to that because I'm just wasting my time. It's not a 4. Let me get it together. Okay. Let's keep it pushing. Let's keep it pushing. Okay. The Pro Bowl. Did I watch it? No. But here is who won the game. 66 points the NFC put up. The AFC put up 52. That's it. Pro Bowl done. NFL honors. Who won the hoe? I will show you who won the hoe. Anyways, who won it? MVP went to Matthew Stafford. No surprise there. He led the league in passing yards and in touchdowns, so no surprise there. Shout out to Matthew Stafford winning MVP. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Myles Garrett. Obviously, he broke the single season sack record. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, obviously. Unanimously, he won that shit. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Tedorora McMillan, wide receiver from the Carolina Panthers. Amazing year for a mediocre Panthers team, but still made the playoffs. Amazing. Baller. Protector of the Year. I think this is a new award. Joe Thuney, guard for the Chicago Bears. He used to be the guard for Patrick Mahomes for many years. Now he's doing that with Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears. Deserved. Comeback Player of the Year, Christian McCaffrey, running back, 49ers. McCaffrey is not a human being, so no surprise he won Comeback Player of the Year. Coach of the Year goes to Mike Rabel, New England Patriots head coach. New York Patriots had a phenomenal season until what happened last Sunday. We will get to that. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Carson Schwelsinger, linebacker for the Browns. Honestly, don't really know much, but shout out to him. Offensive Player of the Year, Jackson Smith-Njigba, receiver from the Seahawks. Phenomenal year. Seahawks, phenomenal year. Assistant Coach of the Year, Josh McDaniels, New England Patriots offensive coordinator. Shout out to Josh McDaniels. Those are the NFL honors. You guys are a bunch of bums. Anyways, why did I say that, guys? You know I'm joking. You know I'm joking. Okay. The Grammys. 2026. Who won? All the big categories, all the booty categories, whatever. Who won? Let's look at it. So, I'm sorry. These were all the performers, right? These are the artists in the main event. Okay, got it. The winners. So, for Record of the Year, it went to Luther, Kendrick Lamar, and SZA. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar and SZA. They won Record of the Year. Album of the Year, it went to Bad Bunny. Debí tirar más fotos. That's unbelievable. Album of the Year. And it became a big meme. His reaction when he won the award. He looks like, oh shit, what the fuck? I actually won this? Oh my god. Song of the Year went to Wildflower, Billie Eilish. Shout out to Billie Eilish. She's always winning something. Best New Artist went to Dean the Bean, Olivia Dean. Still gotta check out her music, but her shit doesn't sound too bad. Bro thinks this is his podcast. Anyways, Producer of the Year went to Kirkut, who produced all these big songs for Lady Gaga, for Jade, for Ed Sheeran, for The Weeknd. APT Songwriter of the year went to Amy Allen, who wrote APT, Hail Mary, Handlebars, Just Keep Watching, Man Child, Tears. Oh damn, she wrote a bunch of songs. God damn. Best pop solo performance went to Messy Lola Young. That was pretty messy. Best pop duo group performance went to Defying Gravity by Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. Best Shut the hell up. Best dance electronic album went to El Sexua. FKA Twigs. It beat over Pink Panthers, so I'm kind of mad about that. But anyways, best pop vocal album went to Lady Gaga with Mayhem. Deserved. That was really good. Best dance pop recording, Abracadabra, Lady Gaga. Best dance electronic recording, End of Summer, Tame Impala. Pretty good song like that. Best mixed recording, remix recording, Abracadabra. Rock, I don't give a fuck. R&B, best R&B performance, Folded, Kehlani, banger. Vibes Won't Lie won Best Traditional R&B Performance. Leon Thomas, You're the GOAT. Best R&B song went to Folded. This song was huge. Best Progressive R&B Album, Bloom by Duran Bernard. Haven't heard that hoe. Best R&B Album went to Mutt. Leon Thomas, deserved. Absolutely good album. Best Rap Performance went to Chains and Whips by Clips and Kendrick Lamar and Pusha T. And Pharrell Williams and Malice at the Palace. Not Malice, just Malice, not Malice at the Palace. Best melodic rap performance went to Luther, Kendrick Lamar, and SZA. Best rap song went to Turn This.
TV on.
Did you just say TV on? Yes, Turn This TV Off won Best Rap Song. And Best Rap Album won GNX. I honestly think the Clips album was better than the GNX album, but it's Kendrick Lamar. Am I really going to be mad that Kendrick Lamar won? And also, Kendrick Lamar has the most Grammys for a rapper. He passed Jay-Z for the most Grammys by a rapper. He surpassed Jay-Z and Kanye. He has like 26, 27 Grammys. Fucking insane. 27, 6 Grammys? Like, what the... Bro, what? Fucking damn, dude. Dude wins too much at this point. It's almost exhausting. It's like, damn, can you lose? Now, obviously not. Like, Kendrick Lamar is amazing. He deserves all those fucking Grammys. But it's you know, when you win so much, you're kind of like, okay, can you stop winning? You know, can you stop? It's like, can you please stop? Like, I'm getting tired. It's like the Patriots or the Bulls in the 90s. Like, oh, they win so much. Can they fucking lose? The Chiefs. Oh my God. That's why everyone loved the Chiefs this year, because they fucking sucked this year. But next year they'll be back and you guys are going to hate them again. Who won? Rome Flynn won Ruffles All-Star Game, Celebrity All-Star Game MVP, 17 points. Team Giannis won, by the way. So that's that. That's shout out to them. And then all of this is a bunch of things that I do not know. So we're just going to keep on moving, keep on pushing, because I have no idea what is any of this. Debí Tirar Más Fotos also won Best Música Urbana Album, so shout out to that. Ew, Global Music Performance. Really? That's so random. Best Global Music Performance. It went to Ew, Bad Bunny? That is Global Music Performance. That went to Why? Why that song? That song is so freaky and nasty, bro. Why of all songs? Why is Ew? That's like one of the nasty songs off the album, man. They picked like the most inappropriate song to win. That's wild. He wants the perreo. That's all he wants. Perreo. Best African Music Performance, and went to Tyla with Push to Start. She won her second Grammy. Shout out to Tyla. Also, she's dropping an album this year. It's called A-Pop. That's what she said like 7 years ago. So we'll see. More people dropped an album and soundtracks and won. Golden did win Best Song Written for Visual Media, so they won that. Best Music Video went to Anxiety. That's okay. I mean, the video was alright. It was cool, I guess. The So Be It music video could have won something, but you know, the song was also Litty Titty as well. All right, now that this game is over, let's put the Rising Stars game on Peacock. My cock is peeing. What?
Yo, what?
Guys, I'm weird as hell. I don't know why I just say things. And now my TV is frozen.
I'm the opposite of weird.
Says the weird guy. Anyways,
You're
no. Yo quiero el perreo. Ew. Damn, the song's a banger. It's just like, why did that song win a Grammy? That song is not like a Grammy winning song. The album is good, but that song won a Grammy specifically. That's just random. That's very random. But anyways, back to the scammy Grammys. I think that's it. I mean, everything else here is just music for nerds, for non-casuals. If you listen to classical and all that shit, and no disrespect to classical music. I just don't know ball. All right, I just don't know enough ball for those categories that I'm just blaming you guys for having too much knowledge. So I'm just accused. That's that. Okay, Rising Stars, Peacock. There it is. Grammys. Let's move on with that. We're done with that. Let's go. Right now, the trade deadline. Okay, there's a bunch of trades that happened during the trade deadline in the NBA. We're going back to basketball, but it is what it is. These were all the big trades that happened. So yeah, the biggest trade was probably James Harden going to the Clippers for Darius Garland in return. And he's already played 3 games for the Cavaliers so far. Been hooping. I mean, James Harden was playing good with the Clippers. Now he's playing with the Cavs, making them a contender in the East. So let's see how that happens. The Wizards, they got AD. D'Angelo Russell, they always come together in a package for some reason. I gotta put my phone, my shit to charge. They always come in a package together. It's weird, but yeah, they're a part of this trade. Let's see how much I've been recording. 1 hour and 47. Let's just keep this going. Let's just keep this going. Oh fuck, I'm not recording my screen here. Wait. Oh yeah, no, you guys can see it. You guys can see it, right? Yeah, you guys can see it. My fault. I thought I was doing this for no reason. Anyways, Porzingis, Kuminga, and Buddy Hield. Porzingis is going to Golden State, and Kuminga and Buddy Hield are going to the Atlanta Hawks. Zubac is going to the Pacers. Vucevic going to the Celtics. Rob Dillingham going to the Bulls. Mike Conley going to the Hornets. Jose Alvarado going to the Knicks. Yasum Bele going to the Bulls. Luke Kennard going to the Lakers. And the Hawks get Gabe Vincent in return. Chris Paul gets signed with the Raptors. And then today, actually, he announced that he has officially retired from the NBA after 21 years. It's so stupid. They literally signed Chris Paul. They waved him off. They literally said, "Get out of here, bro." And then the Raptors get him in a trade package, in a 3-team trade package, and then he doesn't even play a game for Toronto, and then he just announces his retirement after they waived him. It's like, what the fuck? I don't know what's going on. That was a weird way to end your career, Chris Paul, but Chris Paul's a dog. CP3. Mr. CP3, you're an absolute legend. Lonzo Ball going to the Utah Jazz. Utah, bro, that's gross. James Harden, of course, like I mentioned, going to the Cavaliers. Darius Garland going to the Clippers. Jared McCain, no, man, going to the OKC Thunder. In return, we get a first-round pick this year and then 3 future second-round picks. Tyus Jones, that deserves a water break, ladies and gentlemen. That's a restart. That's a restart right there. Me gusta el pareo. Mason Plumlee also going to the OKC Thunder. Jaren Jackson Jr. going to the Utah Jazz. In return, Memphis gets Walter Clayton Jr., Kyle Anderson, Taylor Hendricks, and George Niang. The Pistons get Kevin Horter and Dario Saric, and the Bulls get Mike Conley in return. The Cavaliers also get Keon Ellis, Dennis Schroeder, and Emmanuel Miller. And then this was back all the way in January, where the Wizards, they got Trae Young for CJ McCollum and for Corey Kispert. Still, Trae Young hasn't made his debut as a Washington Wizard yet. He's been hurt, but that's that, ladies and gentlemen. That is the booty cheeks right there. I need to stop. I really do need to stop. The World Baseball Classic, ladies and gentlemen, is coming up in a couple of weeks from now. And they have officially it starts March 5th. So they have already released the rosters for every single team. So let's just kind of take a look at the rosters for the teams, just see how it is. Let's just take at the pool. Look at the pools real quick. The first couple games here. I mean, these are all the games for the schedule so far, but let's just look at the rosters for the teams. Wait, there was like a link here where you can see all the rosters or some shit somewhere. Roster. Butt cheeks. All right. All the rosters below rosters. There we go. So let's just take a look at some of the rosters. Okay, let's take a look for Colombia. Oh wait, never mind. You can't see it. Yo quiero el perreo. Na. Let me just share my screen again with this one. There we go. So this is Team Colombia right now. These are all the pictures that we got right now. Okay, recognize some of them. Jose Quintana, Juan Romero, Emerson Martinez, Julio Teran, okay, Zuniga. Our catchers with Alfaro and Diaz, Carlos Martinez, Arroyo, Solano, Urshela, Rodriguez as our infielders, Campero, Marianga, Ramirez, outfielders, and then our coaches. I don't know how Colombia is going to do this year, but hopefully they can do something. Let's look at the Dominican Republic because I know their shit is stacked. Sandy Alcantara. They got Sir Anthony Dominguez, Camilo Doval, Luis Servino, Dennis Santana, Christopher Sanchez. Damn, they have depth there. Their catchers. Wait a minute, what the? Austin Wells is playing for the Dominican. Wait, he's Dominican? Wait. He has roots. Wait, Austin Wells was born in Scottsdale, Arizona, but he has like family from DR? Bro definitely does not look Dominican. And I mean, he doesn't have to be born in DR to play for DR, but like he has to have like a mom or a dad. He has to, yeah. What the fuck? Austin Wells plays for DR. I mean, the catcher for the Yankees. I didn't even know he was Dominican. I mean, I thought he was just gringo, ringo. I thought he was just American. That's it. But okay, well, I guess he's Dominican. Shit. You thought he was what, Colombian? The fuck? No. Look at Austin Wells. Yeah, but we're also Hispanic too, so it's not like I thought he was just gringo. I thought he was just that's it. American, that's it. This infield looks unfucking believable. They got Junior Caminero, Vladdy Guerrero Jr., Manny Machado, Ketel Marte, Ahmed Rosario, Jeremy Pena, Perdomo, and Santana. Oh my fucking god, their infielders are insane. And then their outfielders, oh my fucking god, O'Neal Cruz, Julio Rodriguez, Juan Soto, Fernando Tatis. God damn, this DR team is gonna be beat. Oh boy. And then Albert Pujols is going to be their manager. Diablo. How are we going to beat fucking DR? We'll see. Let's look at Japan. Let's take Team Japan, the defending champions. a bunch of pitchers, and guess who's not there pitching? Yes, he will just be a designated hitter. He will not be pitching. But the World Series MVP, Yamamoto, is definitely going to be their ace coming in. Or are they going to use him as a closer? What are they? They're going to have to use him as a starter, right? They're not going to put him in the bullpen. Whatever. Kikuchi's there. Matsui is there. So Tanai. Sasaki is coming off the bullpen, right? Or not? He's not. He's not even playing for Team Japan. Oh, okay. Interesting. Nakamura is their main catcher. Murakami, Maikihara, Sato, Maki is some of their infielders. Their outfielders, they got Kodo, they got Shuto, they got Seiya Suzuki, they got Yoshida, Masazaka, of course. And then, of course, their DH being some dude named Shohei Ohtani. I don't know if you recognize him, but yeah. Wait, what about Jung Ho Lee? Wait, I think he's Korean. Never mind. Speaking of Korea, let's just go to South Korea real quick and look at the roster. Dane Dunning is Korean. Bro was born in Orange Park, Florida. But apparently he is Korean. Okay, well, you never know, man. You never know. Looks can be deceiving. Also, this Riley O'Brien dude, apparently he's going to play for Korea as well. All right, I didn't even know that. Hyung Jun-soo is playing. Hyun Jung Ryu. Wow, he's still playing? He was a pretty good pitcher, too. He's still playing. Ben Guak. Hyung Sung Kim is going to be their main. Wait, Hyung Jung Kim is another. Wait, there's a Hyung Jung Kim pitcher and a Hyung Jung Kim hitter? Never mind. I'm just getting confused. Hyung Seung Kim, one of their infielders. Min Jae Sing, their outfielders being there's Jung Ho Lee, Ja Wako, Joai Jones, Hanmin Park. I only know a couple of Korean players, just a couple of them. Cuba, let's take a look at Cuba real quick. Frank Alvarez, Emmanuel Chapman, Juan Lopez, Warrior. He's Dominican. Pedro Santos. Yes, I said it. I said his name. Juan Moncada, Nunez, Vargas, Ramirez, Despain, Martinez, and Santos. Hey, man, we'll see how Team Cuba does. Frank Alvarez was also pitching. One of their pitchers there. Can we go back to the hole? There we go. Let's go to Team Mexico. Mexico's another really good team. Javier Hassad is going to be there. Munoz, one of the better closers in the game. Taiwan Walker, bum. Alejandro Kirk is Mexican. Didn't even know that either. Joey Kirk, Ramon Rios, Jaron Duran. Oh, yeah. Rosa Reina, making it back again for Team Mexico. And Alejandro Osuna, Alec Thomas. Team Mexico has a nice little booty squad. Should be interesting. Let's look at Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico looks kind of lit too. Edwin Diaz, Jorge Lopez, Gabriel Rodriguez, Martin Maldonado, Christian Alvarez, Nolan Arenado, Edwin Arroyo, Emmanuel Rivera, Melendez, Eddie Rosario, Carlos Cortez, Elliot Ramos, Willie Castro, and then their manager is Yadier Molina. They also have a pretty booty water squad. Venezuela has Jose Alvarado, Jose Butto, Pablo Lopez, Herman Marquez, Ranger Suarez, Ricardo Sanchez, Eduardo Rodriguez, Contreras, Salvador Perez, Luis Arias, Michael Garcia, Andres. Wow, their infield looks pretty dope. Suarez, Gleyber Torres, Wilson Contreras, Michael. They have some really good infielders. Their outfielders, Acuna Jr. Wait, I thought Acuna Jr. is Venezuela. Oh, I'm stupid as fuck. I'm looking at Team Venezuela, and I was looking. Isn't I got it confused. Never mind. Acuna Jr., Jackson Churio, and Sarnoja. And then, oh wow, and their hitting coach is Miguel Cabrera. And now let's take a look at Team USA lineup, which is unfucking believable. They have the best lineup in all of baseball, in all of this whole tournament. But we'll see. Look. David Bednar, who's low-key sorry, but I guess we'll deal with it. Matthew Boyd, Garrett Clevenger, Clay Holmes, who was good as a starter. Clayton Kershaw, who's old, but he can still give us something. Mason Miller, who throws absolute puro gasolina. Joe Ryan, dog. Paul Skeens, dog. Tariq Schoolball, the best pitcher in baseball, dog. Brad Keller, dog. Logan Webb, dog. Garrett Whitlock. What about Crochet? Is Crochet not what? Is he not American? Okay. Anyways, where the hell are you going, you hobo? Anyways, Cal Riley and Will Smith. Those are our catchers. Two of the best catchers there. Alex Bregman, the catcher, you ho, and Cal Riley. Alex Bregman, Paul Goldschmidt, Bryce Harper, Bobby Witt Jr., Bryce Terang, Gunnar Henderson, and Ernie Clement. Those are our infielders. Look at our outfielders. Byron Buxton. Now, unfortunately, Corbin Carroll is not going to be playing in the tournament. He got hurt. So in replacement, they got, I think, Roman Anthony to replace. Roman Anthony's good. He's a young fellow, Dello. But he should replace. He should do pretty good. But I don't know if he's going to be starting because they're probably going to put Buxton in right field, Pico Armstrong in left field, and then Mr. Captain, Mr. Best Hitter on the planet, Aaron Judge is going to be playing center field. You think Kyle Riley's a better hitter than Aaron Judge? You could arguably say he did have a better season, and he did hit home runs, but you're just in hope. And then Kyle Schwarber is our DH. I'm sorry, who the hell is beating this U.S. team? Who is beating this U.S. team? Let's look at who they play. They have to play against Italy, Mexico, Great Britain, and Brazil. We're going to win against Brazil. We're going to win against Italy, and we're going to win against Great Britain. Against Mexico, that's going to be a tough one. That's going to be a toughie, wuffy, buffy, cluffy. But yeah, I mean, it's once we get to the quarterfinals where things get interesting, where we have to play against a Venezuela, maybe a Mexico, Puerto Rico, DR, Japan. You know, that's when things get a little interesting. But other than that, I think we're going to whoop that ass in the group stage. And hopefully we can take home the championship this year, ladies and gentlemen. We got to take it. We got to take it. It's Team USA. In a couple of weeks, I'm going to get my merch. I'm going to get my Columbia merch. I'm going to get my USA merch. I think I'm going to get the Judge shirts. I'm not going to get the jersey because I don't have money like that. So I'm just going to get a shirt, and a hat, probably. So, yeah. My weird ass dream last night, I'm not going to talk about it because, first of all, that wasn't even last night. That was just last night from when I added on the thing. But basically, that weird ass dream, if you're interested, it was basically me. There was like a lockdown in a building, and there was like 8 floors, and I went up to each of the floor by myself, and each floor was like a whole world. There was a class, there was a park playing basketball, there was a train, empty train station, wet disgustingness. There was random stuff like the first floor. It was like some like rich mansion, people drinking and playing pool or whatever, like random shit. Like I go to each building or each floor of the building, and it's just a different thing going on. I don't know. My dreams are weird. I'm surprised I even remember that now, but I can't really tell you in full detail what was that. All right, Winter Olympics are going on right now. Right now I'll show you guys like the medal count. the medal count and something with So right now Norway has the most medals right now with 18. Oh, actually, they're tied with Italy. Italy and Norway have 18. They have 8 Norway for gold, 3 for silver, and 7 for bronze. 6, 3, and 9 for Italy, and then for the U.S. they have 4 gold medals, 7 silver medals, and 3 bronze medals. So clearly, we're getting a lot of silver here in this Olympics. Then we got France with 10 medals, Germany with 11, 8, Sweden 7. Wow, wait, Japan has 14, but a lot of them are bronze, so they're lower in the rankings. That's kind of crazy. New Zealand, or not New Zealand, Netherlands has 11, South Korea 4, Slovenia, China, Kazakhstan has 1, and Great Britain has 1. Shout out to them. Latvia has 1, 2, Belgium has 1, and Finland has 1 medal, 1 bronze medal. So yeah, that's the medal count right now. Athletes, this dude from Switzerland, Von Elleman, he's won 3 gold medals. Damn, bro. Taking all the gold. And same with this person here, Klæbo from Norway, 3 gold medals. Damn, motherfucker, chill out. Any Americans here representing somewhere? Bates, 1 gold, 1 silver so far. Chalk, 1 gold, 1 silver. Bidut, how's Chloe Kim doing? I'm hearing a lot about her. The skateboarder. I saw that she won a silver medal, but yeah. Well, how's Chloe Kim doing? I have to watch her events. I gotta see like the thing. But she won a gold. She won a silver in the half pipe snowboarding. I'm gonna see if there's more, if she has more events. But yeah, she's been killing it so far. I mean, how many events? Wait, I want to see what are the events. Cause let me see. What? That's it. That just she only did 1 event and that's it. Damn it. So it was just a one-time thing. Motherfucker. So she walked away with the Olympics with the silver medal. That's about it. I mean, damn. I mean, well, shout out to her, but I thought we were gonna see more. Fuck, that's it. Yeah. Wait, her stance is goofy? What does that mean? What does that mean? Goofy stance? What the fuck is a goofy stance? What is a goofy stance in skateboarding? What does that mean? I am a nobody. What is that? A goofy riding with your right foot forward and your left foot toward the tail. Got it. It's not that she's actually goofy at doing it. I got it. Sorry. Lucky Miles Garrett. That's all I gotta say. Lucky Miles Garrett. Anyways, lucky bastard. Anyways, Ooh, selfie. Say cheese. Let's talk about it. Sunday, we had the Super Bowl. But before we get to talk about the game, let's talk about the Super Bowl halftime show event. We had Bad Motherfucking Bunny performing at the halftime show. The actual legit halftime show, not the other bullshit halftime show that racist people were watching and had to suffer watching, because they know that secretly in their hearts they knew what am I watching is a piece of shit. But they were still watching this Benito perform. So Bad Bunny performed at the Super Bowl halftime show. He performed for like 13, 14 minutes or something like that, bringing out a bunch of guests. He, the stage, in a field, bringing like the field out, having Puerto Rico on the stage as the field, having people, having local businesses, dancers, choreographers, all that. It was just a huge one big party with a lot of political statements in the show with different parts of the different parts of the choreography, different parts of the show, like showcasing like the power outage issues in Puerto Rico, and there was a couple that actually got married in the halftime show. I thought that was like staged or whatever, but it was actually real. A bunch of cameos that were in La Casita, just dancing around, partying, having fun. Lady Gaga comes out and performs Die with a Smile for like a couple minutes. But over like a salsa beat. She sings over like a salsa beat. So that was that. Ricky Martin comes out to sing a part of the song lo que pasó in Hawaii a little bit, kind of doing his own rendition on it. And yeah, Bad Bunny wearing the 64 jersey, the football, attire. I think the 64 represents the birth year of his mom, born in 1964. That was the tribute to his mom there. So that was nice there. And yeah, man, what a show, man. What a spectacle. What a great show. I rewatched it like twice on YouTube. Yeah, a lot of symbolism there in the on the show. What is wrong with you? Are you crashing out? Are you okay? You need to fucking relax. Thank you. And you created it. You created it. But um and Gabriel, chill out, chill out, chill out. And yeah, man, just definitely a big statement that needed to be made. Definitely a big statement that needed to be made yet again at the Super Bowl halftime show. I already talked about it last week with the whole Epstein files coming out and everything going around the world. There's just lot of a lot of negativity, a lot of things that are just dividing us, and even the whole halftime thing was a whole. Oh, I'm not watching Bad Bunny. Why are we? Why he doesn't speak English, so why would I watch a non-English halftime show? Like just that division. People were making their own segregate. We're having segregated halftime shows. Like, bro, we're in 2026. This is the 1950s and 60s where black and whites had fucking different water fountains and fucking schools. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing, man? What are we doing having segregated halftime shows? But that happens, because we just let things happen in this stupid ass country at times. And it was just nice and refreshing for unity to come together. That the United States, as much shit as they get, they get the representation of what is America, but America is not only the United States, it's every country in North, Central, and South America. So then at the end, he ends it off with naming every single country in all the continents, Colombia, Argentina, Venezuela, all the countries, even the Caribbean islands, all that, and even shout out Canada, because again, North America, all the Latin, the Spanish speaking countries, Spain, it was beautiful, bringing everyone together. Even though there needs to be more of that, and obviously the Latino representation there is it's just great. It's great. It brings unity, it brings peace, it brings togetherness, and of course, like at the end, the message that he puts out, like the only thing stronger, the only thing stronger than hate is love, and well, that's facts. So Benito, you ate that shit up. You did a great job at the halftime show. That was great. That was very bootyful. And I appreciate that. I admire that. You really did speak to people. You really did. You killed that shit. You really did. That was definitely one of the more meaningful halftime shows. I mean, Kendrick Lamar did the same thing. He made a political statement last year that again, but he was kind of just doing a little bit. It was just kind of like a little riff. I think more people were prioritizing the whole Drake beef and Kendrick beef more than like the statement that he was trying to make with the halftime show. With Bad Bunny, it was more like this was a big F you, but also he's not straight up disrespecting the United States. He's bringing everyone together and making everyone feel welcome, feel home, this and that. But ladies and gentlemen, that was the halftime show. I'll give it a fucking 10 out of 10. It was great. It was amazing. But now let's talk about the damn Super Bowl. Super Bowl 60, ladies and gentlemen. And that's how we're going to end it. That's how we're going to end it off. Super Bowl 60. The New England Patriots took on the Seattle Seahawks. I didn't even recap the divisional round games, the conference champ. Fuck that. The Broncos, they lost because they did a lot. Bo Nix didn't even play. Jarrett Stidham, booty cheeks. And yeah, the Broncos, they lost to the Patriots. And the Seahawks, they whooped up on the actually no, they didn't whoop up on the Rams, but the Rams did give Seattle the run for their money. But in the end, Seattle, New England, they represent Super Bowl 60 in San Francisco at Levi Stadium. And this game was an absolute disaster and destruction for Seattle because they just dominated this game. Seattle Seahawks. Are your Super Bowl 60 NFL champions. Ladies and gentlemen, give it a round of applause for the Seattle Seahawks. They win the Super Bowl. They win the Super Bowl. My brother's crashing out. You need to chill out. You need to chill out. Anyways, Seattle, that defense was unfucking believable. Unbelievable. What did they do to poor New England? They made Drake May look like a booty water cheek lover. I don't know what that even means, but yeah, man, they made Drake May. They made him suffer. They made him pay. It was rough. They sacked him I think 6 times in this game. Yeah, man, constant pressure from that front four and that back line 7. Like, they just the way Seattle just comes in for the blitz and the way they attack, just Seattle was just putting pressure constantly, and their corners are really good too with Witherspoon. Like, they have such an amazing defense, a dark side defense. They just came out and did their thing. The Patriots, yeah, they just didn't have any answers offensively. That defense was just too good for Seattle. However, the New England Patriots defense did put up a good performance. I mean, for the first 3 quarters, only allowing 12 points and only in field goals. That was only 4 field goals they allowed the first 3 quarters. Christian Gonzalez had a really good game. He balled out, representing, Colombia and all that. Shout out to you, man. He played great. There's really nothing wrong with what, he was the one that balled the fuck out. So nothing there for Christian Gonzalez. He did his thing. But just, man, the lack of offensive line play for the Patriots. Drake May he was suffering, man, getting all those sacked, having to escape pressure most of the time. And with your guard not even helping you, with your left tackle not having you help. Like, Will Campbell was getting clapped. He was getting destroyed in and out. He couldn't block a fridge, like he couldn't stop anyone, he was getting pushed through, destroyed, and it was too much for him. Will Campbell, a rookie, the lights were too bright for rookie Mr. Campbell. And yeah, they made Drake May, the MVP runner-up, look like an absolute piece of gum. And yeah, it just was not good. It was not a good performance at all for the Patriots overall. Defensively, they played great for the first 3 quarters. The fourth quarter, they kind of slowed down. They allowed a couple touchdowns, another field goal, which they got a pick 6 in the fourth quarter. I mean, Seattle, offensively, they got it going with that defense getting a pick 6. I think they got like 2 interceptions. Drake made 2 interceptions in the fourth quarter. So the Patriots were trying to make something happen in that fourth quarter. They put up 13 points, but it was Seattle it was just domination. Just domination. Seattle pulled it through. And yeah, man, Sam Darnold is a Super Bowl champion. Jackson Smith and Jigba, Kenneth Walker, who won the Super Bowl MVP. Yeah, man. Seattle fucking did it, man. I mean, they dominated. The defense, again, shout out to them. Kenneth Walker Jr. won the MVP. What was his stats again in this? Gabriel, relax. He had 27 carries, 135 yards, and his longest play was 30 yards. I mean, yeah, I mean, especially since you didn't get much production from Jackson Smith and Jigba because he actually got hurt at one point in the third quarter of the game. Um, yeah, he was basically a non-factor in this game. 4 receptions, 27 yards. Rashid Shaheed didn't do much. AJ Barner had a touchdown, was in the game for a bit. Cooper Kupp had a decent game, 6 receptions, 61 yards. Had 12, targets. Like he just was um getting into it. He was definitely getting into it. Definitely was keeping the mode with this offense. Didn't play their best. Sam Darnold, one touchdown, 19 for 38 and 202 yards. But again, Sam Darnold did not turn the ball over at all this entire postseason. 3 games, did not turn the ball over, not even one time. So yeah, you don't turn the ball over, and your defense is just unfucking believable. The offense doesn't have to do much, bro. The kicker could have won the damn MVP for the Super Bowl. All they needed was 15 points, and they got that from their kicker. They got five. They got 5 field goals from their kicker, and then they got 2 extra points. So the kicker got 17 points by himself. So I mean, imagine the kicker himself could have just won it, the Super Bowl MVP. But obviously, the NFL is not going to do that. They're going to have to give it to an offensive or defensive player at that point. But then on the defense, like who would you give it to? It's fucking the whole entire defense was just on one. Um, yeah, man. Shout out to Seattle. I'm glad that the New England Patriots did not win this. The Patriots, I mean, look, they had a great season. I know that regular season they had a relatively easy schedule than others. And the playoffs, they looked pretty easy. They had to go up against the Chargers with fucking Justin Herbert, who doesn't do shit in the playoffs. They had to go up against Jarrett Stidham instead of Bo Nix in the playoffs. They had to go up against CJ Stroud doing all those, committing all those turnovers. But they did beat 3 elite defenses. But they just couldn't take down Seattle. That's it. They just didn't have enough star power. Offense was non-existent, and Drake May just looked lost there. Like even when he wasn't getting pressured in some of those plays or some of those drives, like he just was missing targets, overthrowing guys. Like he just didn't look complete. He did not look like uh the almost the MVP. He didn't look like the MVP runner up in the Super Bowl. So it was complete domination of a game. But I actually didn't mind watching it. The halftime show was definitely better than the game. But but it's okay. We're not gonna get an amazing Super Bowl game every single year. But I mean, yeah, congratulations on the Seattle Seahawks, Sam Darnold. What a fucking story. I mean, Sam Darnold was drafted by the Jets in 2018, ladies and gentlemen, to the New York Jets, and he sucked. He sucked in New York. He was terrible. But then you realize he played for the Jets. You know what? Let's get him out of New York and see where he can do some. And he was a backup for a while in Carolina. And he also got benched. Yeah, didn't work out the best for Sam Darnold, neither in Carolina, another dysfunctional ass franchise at that point. Then he goes to San Francisco to get a little stint as the backup quarterback to Brock Purdy. But then, like, you know what? No, we're sticking with Brock Purdy. You can go. Then he goes to Minnesota, has a really good season with Minnesota, wins 14 games 2 seasons ago. Wins 14 games, takes them to the playoffs. They were only a win in week 18 over the Lions to get that #1 seed and, have the first round bye. They didn't, win that game. So unfortunately, they had to go play in the wild card round, and they played against the Rams. They got dominated by the Lions, and then the next week they got dominated by the Rams in Arizona in a neutral site game. Yeah, I mean, Sam Darnold had back-to-back bad games to end his Vikings career that season. but they were completely neglecting what he was doing the entire season prior. They definitely just judged him for those 2 games. And were they treated that Week 18 game as if it was a playoff game because it essentially felt like it. It essentially was, and they're like, "Damn, he played like shit." So you know what? We don't want that. We want someone who can step up in the playoffs and this and that. And then of course he goes to Seattle. Minnesota, they let go of him. They're just like, no, bye. We can't afford you. We're not going to re-sign you or anything. You can fucking leave. Seattle picks him up, and then they're like, look, we have a good defense, and we have some good pieces around offensively. We have some weapons. We have Kenneth Walker, who's a pretty good running back in this league. And with an offensive-minded head coach in Mike McDonald, he could really push some things around here in Seattle. All they need is a quarterback, and they're able to get something going. With Geno Smith, they were able to make the damn playoffs a couple years back. Last year, they barely missed the playoffs. And this season, they're like, okay, let's go on a hunt this year. We can really make something happen. And defense balled the fuck out. Offense was explosive as well. With a bunch of guys. Literally besides Jackson Smith and Jigba and Kenneth Walker, and Cooper Kupp, because Cooper Kupp was very good at one point, but now he's just, the second option in the wide receiver group. You just have a bunch of guys, Rashid Shaheed was really good, punt returner and kickoff returner, and also just a receiver in general. AJ Barner, surprise of a target on offense, who did wonders as well. Jake Bobo as well made some really good plays and got a couple touchdowns in it as well. Like, hey, man, they just, Sam Darnold was just fortunate to be in the right situation. And yeah, dude, they literally, they were able to pull through. It's ridiculous. That's actually insane. Sam fucking Darnold. Sam Darnold is a Super Bowl champion. Was drafted in 2018 in the same draft class as Josh Allen was drafted, Baker Mayfield, I think Kyler Murray as well. Imagine. I think Kyler Murray was the year after, 2019. Imagine. 2018, what was the 2018 draft class? Like, it was Josh Allen, Baker Mayfield, Josh Rosen, Lamar Jackson, Saquon Barkley. We're looking at quarterbacks here. Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold was the 3rd pick overall. Yeah, imagine, man. Josh Allen was the 7th pick overall. Josh Rosen was the 10th pick overall. Lamar was the last pick in the 1st round. And you know what's crazy? That's weird because, bro, they got the 32nd pick, which means they would have won the Super Bowl, you would think, right? Like the season before getting Lamar, if they're getting the 32nd pick in the draft. No, they were an average team. They were just a playoff team in 2017. What was that 2017-18 Ravens? What was that team looking like? They were 9-7. Didn't even make the playoffs. So they didn't even make the playoffs, but they still went to. Or actually, no. This is the next year. Excuse me. 10-6. They got. Oh wait, but this is when they got Lamar. This is the season. This is Lamar's rookie year. This is when they lost to the Chargers in the wild card. Yes, this is when they did make the playoffs, but they lost in the 1st round. Yeah. But yeah. Yeah, that is enough yapping for today, to be honest with you guys. Like, that was a lot. Was that a lot of yapping? Yes or no? I've been recording for 2 hours and 29 minutes. I think it's time for my bitch ass to go. And now I can see you on the camera. Yes, I saw you right there. Real quick. But anyways, hold on. I'll do this on the. Okay. Okay, that's lit. I'll do this on the other podcast. But yes. Yep, that's that. I'll show you guys my on repeat playlist the next episode, and then the shows that I'm currently watching. I'm still suffering watching shows. Like I have to finish. I have to catch up on shit. But anyways, thank you guys for watching today's episode. Hope you guys did enjoy. Um, again, next Friday I'll do the next podcast episode. Give myself a week. We'll talk about All-Star game festivities, the Champions League games on Tuesday and Wednesday, all the everything that's going on this week. I'll talk about it next Friday. And that will be it. I will see you guys a bit. And again, more reaction videos coming. Album reactions. I'm gonna be recording in maybe like 20, 30 minutes from now. The J. Cole Fall Off, the second disc reaction video, so I can get that out the way. And yeah, I will see you guys in a bit. Take care and peace out, my friends.